SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba the Lofa and Grandbata.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumale, SKTV, ena Nakagiyarina, tosi wakoma ya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba the Lopa and Grandbata.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandbata, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. For the top people who waiting to sell. The blessing, the time and the efforts are red. The brothers we giving a real and the premise from them. To work with my life without fear.
Master.
Clebali suome kanyo ake SKTV benyo. Sema cheni tina ke asema jamu. Enji sano muni emu aye yo. Enji lofa emu aye yo.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba the Lofa and Grandbata.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumale, SKTV, ena Nakagiyarina, tosi wakoma ya tumale.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa. SKTV the best in Mama Liberia. Masoba the Lopa and Grandbata.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. For the top people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are red. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandbata, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, the San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV the best in Liberia. SKTV the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Calling out people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical healthy.
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And he's a no money, and more I go. And he love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumare, esta tiki, ena Nakagiyarina, tosi wako maya tumare.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the parents from there. The work of my life without fear.
A lyrical healthy.
Master.
Cleverly, so I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask him my jamo. And he's a no money, and more I go. And he love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
Ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Guinea ya tumare, ena Sadia ya tumare, ena Conakry ya tumare, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumare, ena Nakagiyarina ya tumare, esta tiki, ena Nakagiyarina, tosi wako maya tumare.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh, the time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the premise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lusa, from Riverside to Raji to Chide, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LRB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from there. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, tina ke ase my jamu. Enji sano money, emu aye yo. Enji lova money, emu aye yo.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Maso Bada Lofa and Grandbata.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Dakariana ya tumale, esta tiki, ena Dakariana, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Maso Bada Lopa and Grandbata.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandbata, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat, San to Bacalu. From Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LRB. We the best in the land, yeah, LRB. We the best in the land, yeah, LRB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise from there. The work with my life without fear.
A lyrical health.
Master.
Play body so make on you. I can't ask it if you been you. Say my journey, tina ke ase my jamu. Enji sano money, emu aye yo. Enji lova money, emu aye yo.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Maso Bada Lofa and Grandbata.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Côte d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Dakariana ya tumale, esta tiki, ena Dakariana, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Maso Bada Lopa and Grandbata.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Foreign people who waiting to sell. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather, Nima to Lufa. From Riverside, River G to Chile. From Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Backwalu. From Maryland, Punk to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Qualified people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The project is giving us here and the purpose of them. The welcome my life with African.
I live
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you, I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you say no money, and more I know. And you love
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in Mama Liberia. Masoul Brother, Lofa, and Grandfather.
Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, ena TV, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale.
SKTV, the best in Liberia. SKTV, the best in Africa. SKTV, the best in the whole wide world. I want to say thank you to all of you for following SKTV, and to those of you who have already shared the show. I want to say thank you. I want to encourage you to do so if you haven't done it. I want to say thank you to all of you that is also following us on YouTube, on Instagram. I want to say thank you to all of you, and particularly those of you listening to us on the radio. I know you cannot comment. We cannot see your comment here in written, but when the lines are open, you'll be more than welcome to chip in to give your take on issues under discussions. Today we are going to be discussing the possible referendum, the constitutional amendment or constitutional reform. So we are asking you, will you prefer an amendment or a total reform of our constitution? We will give you detail as to what that means. We'll get into the meat of the conversation. Also, don't forget, yesterday we started raising about 1,500. We were at we have about $1,055 left to go. Hopefully, we will get it today. If not, it will take us up to Friday. But hopefully, we can get it taken care of today. Mabon, how you doing? How's Liberia? How's the new baby? How's the madam? How's everything going on in Liberia? And what is
we're good.
And what is going on as far as our trending news?
So again, when you say how you doing, had a new baby and had a madam, it's just so, over joy. I want to say I'm grateful. My family are doing well, even though we are on the rescue government, and things are still not really up to task. But again, thank God, at least we are moving, and we are grateful to God. Yes. So again, the weather condition in Liberia today is, we don't want to say it's not the rainy season, it's the rainy season, and that was one of the blessings that have been given to us by the Almighty Creator, our Father in heaven, God. So again, but on today, there's flooding everywhere. Let me just tell you quickly. And even your baby was also barricaded by water. But again,
Oh,
albeit yeah. So we got to find a way out to make sure that we put the baby out of the water. But that was great. I mean, I'm not saying she was in water, no. But our compound, there was water everywhere and so on, and that's the kind of thing. But I'm doing great, thank God. And she also doing great. She well, she better, and fine. So when it comes to Liberia training, all of the happening back home, but I don't know. She was asking for how you doing too, because yeah, I want to know how you
I,
doing.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Uh,
You know, as human being, we never perfect, and things not going to be 100% with you. Even the richest people, because for us, some of us believe that money is the answer to everything. But some of the richest people, they got more problem than you and myself. They worry more than you and myself. So not all of them, but some of them. So in life, nothing going to be perfect for you. You will get, to certain position, but you have to understand that wheresoever you are in life, you are certainly in the middle. There will be people more than you. There will be people below your level. No matter how poor you think you are, some people there, their own condition is worse. If you think you're sick, but you can move around, other people in the hospital, they can't even, if they got all the money, but they can't even able to eat. Food can't go through their throat. So whatever situation is, we have learned to be thankful and grateful to the Almighty, our Creator. So that's why. But everything now okay. We got a lot of challenges going on. We always have to learn
Indeed.
to be appreciative. That's all. So I'm good.
Indeed, and let me join you too also to just say that, like our encouraging somebody, the person was like, maybe I want to give her the fact things not working the way I expect things to work. So just what you said, it's like in fact you were even with me while we were talking. So I told the person, I said, hey, you won't believe what some of us who voices you hear on the radio, on whatsoever platform you think about, what we go through. Everybody have their own life that they are all going through, but we're not going to come out and be explaining, oh, no, no, no. So nothing, lasts forever, but high and be able to overcome every situation. And was my encouragement to the person. So thank you. So again, yes, in Liberia, today is Tuesday, having to be the 13th of August, and the year remain the same, 2024. So many things happening in Liberia with the heavy rainfall since some of us say since 2 o'clock this morning, or since 1 o'clock, since 3, since 4, because mind you, the time you wake up and the time you maybe so was it better with the rain or the time you start to observe the fall of the rain. That's the kind of calculation you're going to do. So the rain started to fall this morning, and up to now, the rain still falling. There are heavy floods everywhere, even
But
including.
let's say when you start reading like that, those who say they don't want to get married, they can be getting married quick, quick, quick. Are true?
Yeah, sometimes socially they don't easily get married, and that one of the things us. I think one day we'll look at somebody think socially sometimes people just misbehave. They don't want to get married. They just take some of our sisters, young women here and there, and at the end of the day they are gone. So again, I start receiving text messages. So don't be no social TV make with me content, please. I beg. So because we have some of them that are. So yes, so the rain is heavy back home. The rain still falling and there are floodings. There are as well called back to back here and there to disaster management, even including the capital building. We are getting information that the capital building is also flooded with a lot of water. Water is seen everywhere in the capital building. So I think the SOL call will not only be to only our Liberian people, but also to our lawmakers that are also residing at that end. So again, we woke up this morning with the news of our former Senate Pro Tempore, Clayton Witherspoon, right? Witherspoon that died at the age of 89. Clayton Witherspoon died, according to the information. He's been around for a very, very long time. and he served in so many government capacity, so on, but he was he died according to the information that we're getting based on some kind of illness and so forth. So again, the president of Liberia also on yesterday uh, dedicated the 14th circuit in Riverside County, sister city on yesterday, and the people on that side now they are so very happy that in fact they have their own court that they can also go or carry cases to. But with the news that we are also getting also from Nimba County, is that Nimba? Yes, from Nimba County about Sonequity Central Prison about hepatitis B outbreak struck Sonequity Central Prison, affecting over 40 inmates. That's the kind of information that we're getting from that part of Liberia. That in Nimba County, more than 40 inmates at the Sonequity Central Prison are banned or affected by hepatitis B and hepatitis C, according to the information that we're getting from that part of Liberia. So again, so far it's so good. Quickly before we go, yes, like I said, the capital Benin is seen as one of the places where flooding is now taking over, or water is there as we speak. So far so good. These are some of the major news apart from the newest appointed central bank governor or uh, acting deputy governor James Wilfred news about him defrauding up to 90,000 CBL debt, according to the information we're getting. But that also been going on, and there are military actions to that. So far so good. These are happening. You are muted, though. You are muted.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Mr. Kane.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I wanted to say, I want to welcome Muna and also welcome those of you who have just joined us within the last few minutes. We want to welcome you. We want to say thank you. Whether you're following on YouTube or Instagram or you are on the Facebook, we want to welcome you. Welcome to SKTV. We want to encourage you to share the show. And those of you who are accustomed to watching us on YouTube, we say thank you as well, even though we're not seeing most of your comments, but we appreciate you, for being on SKTV. And if you are watching on SKTV, you can also subscribe to the channel there. We also have a membership drive for SKTV, wherein you can subscribe to also on YouTube. Before I go anywhere, let me just say something real quick. Last time, I don't know if any of you know Chris Cuomo. Chris Cuomo used to be on CNN,
Mm-hmm.
the prime time, it to be called Cuomo prime time.
Mm-hmm.
Today, enough fun. All my people, they just appearing. Muna just appear, and then Lawrence just appear. It means that we are on all the 3 radio stations covering the entire nation and beyond. We are thankful, we are grateful to the Almighty, also to the people that are making this possible. So Chris Cuomo got fired by CNN because his brother Andrew Cuomo was the governor of New York, and Andrew Cuomo was accused of some scandal for which, Democrats, and they're always the first to put pressure on their people then to leave the position. Republican everybody, they don't care. They can kill predator, sex offender, sexual abuser, somebody who can say they can grab the women then by their private part and they like women and like it, they can elect all that one. Republican don't care. But then when they're ready, they don't want to talk about life. If you got no moral, what you worry about life for? Yeah, because Republican Party used to be the party that used to be, religious-driven party. Some Muslim people used to actually support Republicans simply because of they are standing for, for being pro-life, because like abortion, for example, abortion of any kind is not acceptable in Islam. So because of that, Republicans stand for that. A lot of Muslim people used to support them. But then when it comes to other moral attitude, of human being, they don't care. Some of them are even engaging in a lot of most of the hateful stuff. Even when it comes to giving to the poor people, they're against that. The way women are receiving, some women there that are not married, that got children, and they give receiving a food stamp. Republicans don't want that. The older people that are getting free medication, they don't want that. They want everybody to to suffer because they get money. They want everybody to. So, long matter short, what I wanted to talk about here is Chris Cuomo. Cuomo Prantan on CNN. So he got fired because why he's a lawyer. Why he was staged at CNN, then he tried to help his brother through, because he's a lawyer, going through his case. So he got fired from CNN. Now he's on a platform called News Nation. So News Nation, they can do show just like we can do right here.
Oh, really? So, let me check for you now. Is that correct? News
Nation. I think they got a link on YouTube. I'll try to send it to you. Okay. So now you can do show just like what we're doing right now. So at the end of the day, he can open the line for people to call. But you got somebody there, also taking calls. But then at the end of the day, now he was asking people to support the platform. So somebody made a point of so the thing what I can do, so the point I can do in America here too. I said, what do you mean? Asking people to support. I said, okay, you don't know. I said, when you hear CNN, you know what CNN is surviving on? The commercial they can do.
Indeed.
When you hear say the politician and they're spending 10 million, 20 million, 18 million here and there in them, they're using it on media to be advertising their thing. I said, beyond that, NPR is the widest listened radio in the United States. National Public Radio. It's called NPR. Do you know what they survive on? Listeners. Listeners are the one that are keeping them on. But their own, at the end of every year, they will have thousands, if not millions of people subscribing. Some people donate, $10 a month, some $20, some $50, some $100 a month. But their own is consistent. It's on. You can put a credit card online, so they charge it year round. Every year they add more people. That is the widest monitor radio in America. It's called NPR. You get a substation in every state, if not most of the state, if not all the states. So coming here, asking our fans and supporters to support SKTV financially is not a bad thing. There's no shame in that, because
not at all. Not
every platform is driven by the people. Either people who come there bring their businesses, or people who come there to listen, who believe in educating the people. So I'm saying this because when I'm not around, most of our guys and some of them, they don't want to talk about money business.
Yeah, because sometimes they can feel that sometimes feel that because you should know.
Yeah, they feel like
you're right.
No, you're not begging. You are asking people to help you help them.
Asking, yep.
So Muna, welcome. Yeah. Before we dive into.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. Thank you. It's good to be here today again. Yeah, maybe what's up?
I'm doing great. So
you gotta let us know, man. What's going on in Grand Jide? What's going on? Is it raining?
So tell us, let me just out of the way, just. Yeah, because I'm very interested in the media development. Yeah, go ahead, Muna.
Is it raining there?
It rain falling heavy.
Okay. So I'm not going to ask you. But I'll go back to Melbourne. Melbourne, is it raining Monrovia?
It's still raining. The rain still falling, but I'm not really. But what matter to me, the way you just said, that one really believe me because
or you behaving.
you mean social easy. I told you one. Look, when I said I have social interaction one for all because you let social talk. Because you.
Yeah, just asking you.
Wednesday. That's
Seriously, every Wednesday that would be because
no.
it's like we let social team. So me, I let social team me be free. No, I don't want to use the word misbehaving. Mona, you think the word misbehaving will be okay? I think I'm behaving, right?
No.
Okay,
Let me
let me tell you let me tell you a funny thing, right? So now in Labro, I was driving bus that time. We're coming from real, you know, the buses they can come from real to, I mean, they can come from Georgia Street to real.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there was this song here. You know, the kind of advertisement used to be on the radio every day. It used to say disco drink. Everybody like disco drink. You drink it in the night, drink it in the day. Maybe some of you will
Disco
know
drink.
Disco drink. So now, you know, Steven Tower Estate checkpoint, you know, Chatara Point usually have checkpoint. So before you reach the Chicken Friday, you know, that's Steven Estate checkpoint. Before you reach the point, can be angry because they put it, you should stop all the buses to, you know, you pay money before you pass. So everybody pay attention and the music went off, right? The carbon, you know, when music everybody making noise. So the carbon like routine. Everybody like routine. You do it at night.
Look, you see, look, you are now carrying my mind back.
Everybody started insulting. I laughed so hard until when I reached the checkpoint, the police guys started asking me, laughing at all. I laughing at you. So Carbon is so creative. Nobody paying attention to him. They start singing by himself.
Thank you.
You're not thinking that nobody listening to him, or maybe you're just singing. You're just talking. See? Everybody that when music went on, everybody just hearing.
That was just so interesting.
So Melbourne led social thing. I understand, but it's okay. If it really,
and that cardboard thing I just talked about. So one day we're going to go back and retrospect about some of the cardboard days, so that I can ask you some questions because myself I was once upon a time a cardboard. So then we'll know what used to happen between the cardboard and then the driver.
Oh no, that one bad.
We support you.
That one bad. We have special day. I will get educated with the cardboard behavior.
Oh, no, seriously.
Oh, Monk is asking for the link. I think I already.
Yeah, man, Monk. Yeah. But seriously, Mona do my cardboard days. Mona do my cardboard days. I really suffer. Let me be. I enjoy small, but it was not easy. It's what in my boss.
So let's get this thing started.
Jesus.
Let's get this thing started so that maybe what happened to Lauren?
Yeah.
Maybe really too heavy to Lauren on the place.
Yeah. Lauren can make it.
Hopefully we will get it going. So today
they put on make it.
We're going to be discussing the Constitution of Liberia. We are discussing the possibility because when we opened the lines the other day, 100% or 99.9% of the people that called were in agreement with the fact that there should be some amendment in our Constitution. But then only to find out that we have more things in the Constitution that are not in line with the present realities. There are a lot of things too in the Constitution that were put in there purposely to protect the founder of that Constitution or those that did the amendment of the Constitution. So now there are a lot of things. For example, many Liberians, who actually called in that time, they agreed for us to reduce the tenure positions of President, senators and that of the representatives. But there are other things. And when we talk about that here, a lot of people were surprised, were shocked, including my own friend here, our chief analyst here, Mong was surprised when he said, you know, Jutta Baga people there, you know, after going, you know, going through their whatever they were doing and going after some able lieutenants of George Weah, they thought the whole investigation was leading to George Weah. When I told them no, the Liberian Constitution you know, immune the president. Only if the president is, when the president is impeached, they can be prosecuted. But after leaving power, the president is immune from anything that he did as president. So because of that, everyone will be president. They can steal as much as they can. As long as they got some control in the legislature, nobody going to actually hold them accountable. Nobody will hold them responsible. So they will go free. So now that invites the questions of, should we call for an amendment of the Constitution? And what an amendment means? We mean that making targeted, you know, changes, you know, into the existing structure or the system that we have. But if we say, well, let's do a total reform, that means if we say, you know, amendment, that means we got selective portions of the Constitution, some provisions that we think that are outdated, things that need to be changed, like the reform, like the benefit, like the immunity of the president. We can cherry pick, or we can do what we call a total reform. That means total reform. That means a comprehensive overhaul to change the whole thing, to change the whole fundamental of that Constitution, to revamp, to change the whole thing. That will befit the current reality and the will of the people. So we are asking our people now, the Liberian people from all walks of life, should we call for an amendment wherein we streamline, we choose areas that we think should be changed, or should we call for a total reform of our Constitution? That's the question. But before we go anywhere, let's welcome Brazilian Monk, and then we'll give Lawrence a chance to also say hi to our people, and then we can take it from there. Monk, welcome, my brother. How you doing?
What's up, guys? What's up to the listening audience of SKTV, both local, international? I said another day. I came late because I had to do my thing for my senior brother or Russell today. The primary ends today, so I had to go and pay my respect. And I was impressed looking at the turnout from the prison that I visited. Our people are showing up, and I know they will show up later in the evening because the polls closes at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time today. So I know after work, most of them will be rushing to go and cast their ballot. But I was very impressed from the turnout that I saw. I don't know about other polling stations, but from where I visited, I was very impressed with the turnout so far. So if you are a Liberian living within the district number 3 in Minnesota, I think you have an opportunity to go in, because I think the race come down to the Kenyan lady and Russell. Of all the candidates, they are the 2 leading contenders. And for Russell, because of the community, the way how the demographic is structured, it favors him because they are more Liberian. But don't mind, the Kenyan girl, she's married to a white guy. That's a inter-race relationship. So they got spent on both sides. So if we have any chance of competing, we got to show in huge numbers, because you know how the demographic system work here. When you're talking about a black woman and a white man, that's double whammy. That's 2 different combinations. So our people must show up, and we'll do our best to make calls in the evening, and even take people to the polls. We'll do what we can do at the end of the day before 8 o'clock Central Standard Time here. Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Hmong, and then those of you who are in Minnesota, especially in District 3, where Hmong was just referencing, if you are around there, we are encouraging you to go and participate and vote for our brother, Winfrey Russell. He needs our support. He needs our prayer, and we are actually encouraging all of you to go there and support this brother. Yeah, so Lawrence, welcome. Before we go to our people, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Kane. It's not easy. I've been on the show. You know, one person running institution is not easy. So
No.
at time when you when you call that side, you say, my man, rest your palate, rest. The big hustle is not easy. So I need to go. I'm back on the show. Yeah, I hope and pray at least. Yeah, Mr. Kane, yourself, you gotta be. Hey, you gotta be 45 on that side.
No, we will. Actually, myself, we are working on a lot of things in the back. So,
Okay,
hopefully when things work the way we want it to be, that will minimize, the stress,
Yeah. Wow, please call to the man, and say, my man, now, brother.
You're doing good, my man. You're doing good.
All right, yeah, Mr. Kane, so far from the district number 7 here, because we have 2 administrative districts combined to make 1 electoral district, which is District 7. We have Former and Sanaway. There's a challenge the people are facing in Sanaway when it comes to security. According to our correspondents in Sanaway district, because Sanaway district is the biggest district, in district number 7, they have 2 chiefdoms, 2 paramount chiefs in that district. So the citizens are right now in fear because of the lack of security. According to him, they had 3 police officers at the Sanaway Police Depot, but one of them have been retired and the other man is not well. So they are calling on the lawmaker to see how best he can intervene to that matter, to see how best Sanaway Police Depot can have enough manpower. But they have other security personnel before entering Sanaway. They always at the checkpoint, the LRS and the DA, but at the police depot, they have 2 officers present, and according to him, one of them is not feeling well. He's suffering from asthma. He's going to maneuver to see medical attention. So as we speak, 1 person is in Sanaway, 1 police officer is in Sanaway. So, and Sanaway is the biggest district in district number 7. In Sanaway district, they have 12 clans with 2 paramount chiefs. So our people right now, they are living in fear because of that situation, because, security, once you have good security, you can be free to move anywhere, anytime. You will not be afraid. But once, according to him, there was a case from one of the clan citizens went there, the whole area closed, no police officer, the men are there in well. So they called on the representative to intervene in that matter. So far, so good for District 7. We're still following another matter. The representative just posted on his Facebook page, informing China Union about a corporate responsibility. According to him, he received a communication from the Bon Mai Hospital because China Union promised to have carried 20,000 worth of drugs at the Bon Mai Hospital. But according to the lawmaker, the administration of the hospital wrote in.
Every time we're saying drugs, people then most of them don't understand.
Medicine. China Union also carry medicine, medication at the Bon Mai Hospital, medication. So according to the lawmaker on his Facebook page, the administration of the hospital wrote in that the medicine are there, and I even read 20,000 around, I think 2,000 United States dollars. So he questioning the management of China Union. I think they will be having a meeting this week or next week. We hope and pray that meeting be fruitful, because that issue have drawn the concern of a lot of citizens in the community. Some of them cannot speak on the media, they kind of ashamed, but we've been following the process. So we hope and pray that China Union will come out to tell the lawmaker what is unfolding. Why is it they promised 20,000 worth of medication and they only carry small there? So the representative will ask us a question. So these are the turning issues from district number 7, Bon County. On the heavy downpour of rain Tuesday, Bon Mai is surrounded by mountains. So you say, no way to get us out, brother, to go hustle. I see my man make one just say that I was get it dry.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. So Hmong, before we transition to Liberia, what do you think? You think a total reform is necessary, or we just do an amendment wherein we can cherry pick, things that we don't like as a country, or things that are not in line with the current reality. Things that actually are outdated, or there were things put in, in the Constitution just to befit the need or protect those who put it in there at the time in 1986. Talking about the PRC, government. What do you think?
For me, I was calling for a total constitutional reform, because if you want to say an amendment, if you look at the premise of the Liberian Constitution, it gets a photocopy of the U.S. Constitution. One famous writer said we are ruled by dead men. When you look around the world, right, the entire Western world that had influence all around the world, they adapted their governance system, their judicial system, and the constitution after the Greek Empire. The Greek, when you do history, the ancient Greek, they were great thinkers. So the Roman Empire was the stronger empire, but when they captured Greece, they destroyed everything in Greek with the exception of their library, because the Greek people, they had good laws when it comes to judicial responsibility. We talk about governance, all the things, all the Latin word in your constitution, or when you read history, they all came from ancient Greek. Most of them, you would tell you all these laws and terminology you see lawyer using, hippos, corpus, and all the funny things, they all derive from ancient Greek. So you look at more than 500 or 600 to 1,000 years plus, and you look at more than 75% of the countries around the world model their constitution after the Westerners. Because whether it was ancient Greek or ancient Rome come to America or the British Empire, you will notice that more than 90% of the countries around the world, I will not say word for word, but they model, meaning they took the most important ideas from these people. In the case of Liberia, we photocopied. That's why I was surprised when you said the president can work with impunity. I was like, I know in America, the caveat in the American Constitution says in line with his duty. It means that the president can just go and do anything and get away with it. If the president make a decision in line with his duty, that's a whole different thing. Because if you start prosecuting a president because of certain decision he made, then it means every time the president make a decision, people will be able to question it. But when you read the Liberian Constitution, I was like, no, maybe they never got that part right, because it's totally different from the US here. I think we saw what happened with the case at the Supreme Court between Trump and the people who said he brought about riot and insurrection. No, it was First Amendment. If the First Amendment guaranteed a protest, if the president called for a protest, you cannot say he violated the law, because the protest is protected. In the case of Liberia, it means that the president can just go and do literally anything. Let me give you a typical example. You got a commercial bank calling the president of Liberia to intervene in the bill. That's what we call influence peddling. That's what we call quid pro quo. That's an immediate ground for impeachment. And even in Liberian Constitution, Article 42 and Article 43 and Article 62, it says, again, the specific condition, it says treason, bribery, felonies, violating the Constitution itself, and gross misconduct. So it means that particular phone call alone could have impeached Joseph Boakai from office, and the Constitution will back that impeachment. So for us, we got so many issues that cannot meet today's reality. People said 1986. I said, no, 1986 was not a constitutional reform. It was a bunch of idiots and criminals who came to steal, and they put laws on the books to give them a free pass. So I won't consider that to be a reform. They did it for themselves. And Samuel Doe, people did it that way. Guess what? They put clause, residential clause, and all that stuff so that they can run that political opponent out of the country to create a room so they can find a way to get our worst case scenario. So I won't consider that. And I think it's overdue, because from 1986 to 2024, talk about more than 35, 36 years. It's been long overdue. I think it's about time for the legal scholars and the legal minds in Liberia, the civil society, to come around and see laws that will be in favor of the Liberian people, that will confront to present day reality. So I don't think we need an amendment. We need a total overhaul of the entire constitution. Because 1986, no, it wasn't a reform. It was more about putting laws on the books that protected certain criminals that came to steal in Liberia. It's the same thing. So it wasn't a reform.
So we'll go to our colleagues, other colleagues, to get their opinion on this. But some people say, Zeku, there are some other good things. So if you say total reform of the Constitution, that will also somehow affect some of the good things that we have in the current Constitution. Yeah, the president said there are more good things than there are bad things.
But then you can keep those. But separately, what about the reform project? You can keep the one that are working and the one that makes sense, and then get rid of the rest.
It will depend those who are doing the work. The Mat Temple, some of the good ones.
Oh yes,
yeah. The Mat Temple, some of the good ones. So yeah, but you know, this thing is up for discussion. That's why it's important that we involve Liberians in it, all Liberians. So let's see what the people want, how the people want it to be. But yeah, your opinion, I respect it, and it makes sense. That's the mindset a lot of people carry. But then when you look at the, you know, some of the details as to how things are done, a quick fix will not be a total refund. That may take some time. And choosing a particular portions that are, you know, not in our favor, you know, could do that too. But somebody would say, why not just do it one time as opposed to doing it little by little? So it's kind of compound complex.
Let me just hold you there 1 second, right? In the case of Liberia, now in our constitution, you know what Sierra Leone did recently? Sierra Leone came out with something they call smart government, wherein they wanted to shrink the size of the government. You know what they did? They went and looked at all their ministry and autonomous agency and look at the one that's not even fit present day reality. Like if you were to do the same in Liberia, you would get rid of a lot of ministry and save the government more money and reduce the size of the government. So it's not only the constitution, but there are a lot of things in government. There are some agency or ministry you ask them, but why they function? How do they confront to present day reality? Like take for example, now we got all the sophisticated equipment when it comes to media, right? We got the social media, we got the internet. You will ask yourself, why is the essence now of the information ministry? Why would you want to have hundreds of employees in that ministry when few people could literally run the propaganda arm from a single laptop in today's environment? So what would be the need of that ministry? And now under the information ministry, other ministry as well, there are a lot that you could take off the government and just reduce the size and make the government more efficient, as opposed to just running a big bureaucracy with plenty of people on payroll that just consume all the taxpayer money. That could be another.
All right, thank you so much, President Montez. Second, please, we just want to inform our people that because of the show, so we have to continue. So there'll be no 15 minutes news bulletin. SKTV is going to continue up to 8 o'clock on tonight. Thank you so much, President Monk. You can continue.
Thank you, Mabel, and thank you, Truth FM and the management team. We appreciate that. When you see them doing that, it means that the conversation, they like it because they know that the Liberian people are also, you know, waiting and listening, you know, to the conversation that is currently going on. And we want to thank you guys so much for being considerate of your people, of your listening audience, and to SKTV as well. So, Mo, you want to conclude so I can go to Muna? Let's get her perspective.
No, Muna can go ahead. I think I was just bringing up just to back the case I was making from the Constitution.
So, Muna, what do you think? Amend the Constitution or overhaul the whole thing?
For me, I think the amendment is okay to cherry pick the one that is not in the interest of the citizens. Yeah, the one that is not correct, the one that hampering us, to take it from there. Because if we cherry pick, then the president benefits to senator representatives, yeah, it'll be okay. But cherry picking and thing, it'll be over for us. Because anything that is not in the interest of the citizen is not good for us. Yeah. So no cherry pick, then the one that is not correct, take it from there and fitting the Liberians people.
All right. Let's get to Lawrence is not available. Let's get to Mabel. Mabel, what do you think? Amendment or overhaul? Total overhaul.
So again, to my brother President Monk, you know, he one person that he go back with all of the history. But I know how come today you forget about America history, because mind you, America Constitution has been amended 27 times. And President Monk, you're not talking about that. But anyway, for me, I would say it's good that we go to amendment instead of us wasting all of our time and other energies in bringing in expertise, people that we want to waste our time in rehauling or so on, say overhauling and so forth. So amendment will be good. Let me just remove some of the back clause or clauses into the Constitution and place a good one that we think that will suit us at this age and time, instead of us job, and you know, someone say restarting the entire Constitution. No, for me, I will not support that. I will not support amendment because there are some good ones and there are some bad ones. Those bad ones, we know them. We can remove the bad ones and place it or replace them with a good one we think we want to work with us at this age and time. So for me, I support amendment. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Let's go to Lawrence. If Lawrence is available, Lawrence, what say you? An amendment or total reform?
Mr. Kana, it's a whole way, total reform. The whole thing that will change it will start all over because we understanding it. The first thing the people tell you the law is the law. When you go there, they on the other side. So I'll change the whole thing, Mr. Kana.
So you support the total reform on the Constitution?
Yeah.
So let's get the Liberian people invited into this very, very important conversation. Muna, I want people to be very brief so we can accommodate as many people as we can. 30 seconds, 1 minute maximum. 30 seconds is the target.
I want to give an update from yesterday. You know, we got a project going on for this week, so I don't know.
You and I talk about it.
Oh, okay.
So just to inform you, yesterday we were targeting the 1500, but yesterday, you know what happened? We got about $445, so we were left with $1,055. So there we're starting today, but we made an announcement.
All right.
To get this project going. Yesterday we said probably we're gonna get the rest by the end of today.
Right? Yeah.
But
we'll do Friday.
But we just starting the conversation, so maybe we are just 1 hour into the show. Hopefully, before we got it here, we might get half of whatever we need. We need $1,055 more. So let's see where we get, before the end of the show. So yeah, Muna, you can go ahead and take calls. Let's hear from our people. The question is very simple.
Yep.
An amendment or
a
total reform? So while we wait for Muna to do that.
Will you prefer amendment or total reform of the Constitution?
Our Constitution, yeah.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Muna. How are you?
I'm okay. Nime calling from where?
The name is Emmanuel CMBG. I join you from Bolivia.
Quickly, let's hear you.
Muna, I want to tell you something. You know what they call more dragging?
Go ahead quickly.
Okay. And they say more dragging. So, looking at the people talking, if we don't move our lawmaker, they will resist them. If we come to say, oh, they want to no, they will again get up, eating for, they will again control the system, they will always quit, looking into BSS. So, the show is good, it's educated with listening.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I'm
not saying he's right though.
Good evening.
He might use that funny thing, but he's right though.
The most veteran journalist.
Go ahead.
We're not even hearing that person. The person is kind of breaking. We're not hearing the person now.
Please be audible.
I said, thank you so much. This is retired Captain Emmanuel Esdo. But they can't do. They're not forced, but they are prepared to do the right thing. And I'm calling from Grand Jira County.
Go ahead.
This is a pleasant good evening to the panelists. The question people pose to us is a very interesting and important question. For me, my view would be, let us start every other thing all over. There's nothing for amendment because the 1986 Constitution, it was crafted, it was accepted on a condition by the Liberian people at the time. Why do I say so? The regime of the government. So the Liberian people had no other option
but to accept what was brought before them. In the name of, we are now transforming the government to a democratic form of government so that here are the rules that we think will be better for the sake of our country. Mind you, the leader in power at the time was then the military ruler who took over in 1980. The same man became president in 1985 by way of election and got to power in 1986. What do you expect from the citizens? You kill my mother, you kill my father, I will vote for you. Because if you are just announced that our child never won an election, where you have 85% of the population in here, what would have happened? Even though none of the 1986 Constitution. So that's a very good point that
that make it more than 1 minute now. So just go to the next question.
I don't wish and hope that everyone else out there if it be done through referendum.
The man's line is not even correct.
Good evening.
Otherwise, you're making a lot of sense, you know.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good. Yeah, good evening.
Name and calling from where?
Yeah, I'm Moses Man calling from Kwara Bapa.
Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yes, with me, I need overhauling of everything. Overhauling. We need to overhaul the Constitution. Then the next thing I want to say again is to change the running of the church that will finish the corruption of the Liberia. Change the turning of the president 4 years, senator 4 years, legislature 2 years. That's all. It will be the best way we can do everything. Then we say 2 years. If you don't do anything, we'll change you. We'll get the power to the people. Because the reason why the corruption company, the president can force the leader on the people that you are going to control. That's what kind of country can do that kind of thing? The president can force leader, people that are going to control that the interest of the president. That will not work. So we need overhauling of the Constitution and to change the turning of the president and the representative.
Thank you.
That will clear the corruption.
Thank you so much for calling.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. 0881 1435 040776 105 105 0881 1435 040776 105 105. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Name and calling from where?
I'm calling from Firestone. It's the one back in the country.
Your name?
Yeah, I'm Derek Ekwakoli.
Let's hear you, Derek.
Okay, thank you very much. You know, I've been listening to the radio always, and your brother topic all is good for us. You see, today, in that, but with our people as the government, the representative, the president, even the Senate, the corruption is anybody to speak for us. So the particular laws depend on to be stealing the Liberian people money. Let's try to cut those years up. Because just imagine if one representative can take 15,000 per month, how many days do they work in the month before they can get that amount of money? Then if they're working for about 12 months, in 6 years, that's 15,000 times 12 months a month. In the 6 years, there are millions of dollars getting. Then we that work for 31 days in a month, we can hardly get $100 to working area. So the corruption too hard. Let's hold it down. Representative 2 years, senator 2 years, president 3 years.
Thank you.
Good for them.
Thank you.
Criminal behavior.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yes. Good evening.
Name and calling from where?
I'm Frederick Johnson. I'm calling from Marquis, Lord Marquis.
Let's hear you, Frederick.
Yeah, you know, I just thank you for having me on the program. You know, the problem in Liberia is very simple, but we ourselves making the country to be hard for us. Constitution making our country to be hard for us. The way the people wrote some of the constitution that was suffering us. So we need to revise some of the constitution. Number one, the lawmakers, they are the problem to the country. They are the problem. We will make law in their own interest and they forget about the citizens that burn it into power. That's what's suffering us. So we need to cut the salary down and cut their years down. That's the only way Liberia can be better. Or else Liberia will not be better 3,000 years to come. We'll be suffering, we will still be suffering.
Your money finish, yeah? Good evening from where? Is that Wanto?
Yeah, 122 picking.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
So let me firstly appreciate you guys for the show. It's very, very, you know, for the time and the discussion. Last night I tried to call to respond to a guy who made a statement asking why Mr. Cummings.
No, we're not talking about that.
So yeah, let me go to the regular senator. You see, during the senatorial election between Dillon and Tifa, we pushed that message to the Liberian people because the amount of years those guys go there and serve. Look at the Capitol building today. For God's sake, look, the water is in the tumor of our lawmakers and senators. The people are using their money and Mr. Boyaga in here 4 years we don't know it at all. Then to give the people our taxpayer money and doing nothing for all and for own money. So think about happening on the line once again.
Thank you, Wanto picking. Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How you doing?
I'm okay. Nina calling from where?
Jesus Charles P. Howard Jr. and I do join a conversation with Canal State Supermarket.
Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Let me say this. We Liberians, we look for our own suffering and our own poverty because we give power to the wrong people in this country to go and compromise our interests. Like today, those who give power to those who desire over is a lot of resources, then the ordinary people suffer. We give power to thief for 9 years, 6 years. What ordinary people in Lofa County, people in Nima, people in Basel are suffering from power to President Boyaga. We see of like this make him to power on.
Evening.
It's okay. I think Muna is free. Muna's line is frozen.
Good evening.
Okay.
Let's hear you from Two Estate. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Tell you what, talking on this. So limiting the corruption in this country to deal with the legislation directly, which the standing of the legislation is too much. They are not doing anything that helping us in the country as president. The representative is supposed to be 2 years, Senate of the 5 years, president 4 years, then we'll get the election. That is their decision on how to do in the country.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you too.
Good evening. Good evening.
How are you, sir? How are you doing?
I'm okay. Nima calling from where?
This is Alison Benjamin call for Obokowell.
Go ahead, Chief. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Thank you for the talk.
No, we're not hearing the person. I feel like the line's bad today.
This problem of this country is a legislator. And see what I'm making money. Probably sector, you're not making issues, so you're working no interest going to the place to intervene for the people. You go to retention, we call government sector. You don't have money, they will not get up.
So the weather, because it's the weather from Muna side, but we're not really getting anything clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the weather, or maybe I don't know.
Yeah. So after this caller, we can transition. Lauren can take some calls.
Yes. So maybe that's what Lauren can do.
Muna, after that call.
Okay, Nima calling from where?
I think Muna is not hearing us.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Okay. You see, the reason of we Senator voting because the 9 years elect 2 days, like from River G. I've only seen it. You don't even know what is happening there. You don't even know how the people living. Sitting on blocks on the ground landing. It's not fair. Like the chemistry faces nothing. The teachers, somebody they are not even qualified. You see now they drop out, they will go teach somebody that in 10th grade, 11th grade. So I don't really know. Let it try to work on until
yeah. Okay. Mr. You're saying something?
Yeah, because we're not hearing everybody. The callers, the line being very, even the image is kind of blurry without hearing everything. So we're saying if that's the case, then we can pick some calls from Lawrence, and then we can.
Okay, then wait. Let me see if everyone will be okay. Let me see if this will be okay. If you can ask where the person.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Nima calling from where?
I'm not Kofi. I just joined you from Canada Supermarket.
Go ahead, let's hear you, Kofi.
Thank you ever so much for the.
You guys getting him?
Yeah.
I said thank you ever so much for the program.
You guys getting Mr. Kane?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, you are live. Go ahead.
Thank you so much for the program. You know, our country, we have a problem because one of the days, if you look at the people who have the painted characters, we put them into power. Then, end of the day, we got to try to clean ourselves. How will you elect somebody to serve you for 9 years? Where you found that happening in the war? So there's our constitution. We really need to revise our constitution to see how best to reduce those guys, yes, and reduce them. Because they come to us, ask us for the power, giving them the power, they turn the power on us because they know they say here again, the men do one in Zolo doing this, they are like go back, I don't go back because Trump is 15,000 down 6 years. And check the senator who is going for 9 years. So we are the problem to ourselves. We actually need to go back to our constitution to revise it, to change some of the stuff that we have in it. Thank you so much for the show.
Thank you. You guys.
Yeah, take one or two more calls so we can also take some calls from the diaspora.
Okay. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Yeah, the line is so terrible. Actually, I think your panel is not really getting the concern of Liberia.
Yeah, go ahead. Network it. Go ahead. Yeah, let's see now.
Let me just go strictly to the point. You know, the problem in Liberia is ourselves. And one major problem is the party line is dividing this country. You know, and we as citizens, we care less in put in power. You know, our concern is not about the person's character, whether they are, you know, they have some tinted character. We care less about it. Our concern is when we are from a political party, you know, whether that person is a criminal, we support them into power, which is very, very bad. You know, it is more people. You know, the full estate, journalists should be the one to help, you know, move this country forward. But even with some radio station that you're listening to, they're pushing the agenda of a party that they favor. And they will say the worst thing about political party that they are not in support of, which is very, very bad. And those same people, you know, will come out to criticize in the lawmaker. The lawmaker, too, we agree, they have their own serious problem. You know, the decision they made in there actually affect Liberia. It's affecting us. So I will support, although somebody is saying that we should change the whole constitution, come out with new thing. You know, although there are some good thing in it, I think we'll look at the good thing and then we'll try to amend other thing. The one thing is the Decent Work Act. You know, the labor law is another thing that affecting us in this country. You know, they talk about minimum wage. You know, it is not working. Some is because, you know, they are making $200 or less than $100. Just to be able to earn something to support them and the family. You know, so I think all of the sector in Liberia, you know, is not functioning well. We really need to do something. You know, do away with the party sentiment. I think we help to move Liberia forward.
Thank you
very much.
Good evening.
One more.
Hello.
One more, transition.
Good evening. Name calling from where? Okay.
Yeah, this evangelist Stowe from Mama Town.
Go ahead, Evangelist Stowe.
Yeah. I congratulate all of you who give this topic out this evening for discussion. But the main need to start in constitution. But the constitution is whether we should amend or rewrite. Is that the question?
Yes.
Okay. We should not write constitution tonight. Let's just answer the question, then we can go back to the other book. We should not jump the boat. But the thing for me, I prefer a strong overhaul because of the view my brother said the constitution was amended during the heated part of 1985 when Samuel Doe was still in power, the guns were still ringing. Though it's finally 80 years ago to change some clauses, but clause you could not change. We had, I think, 85B or something like that, some kind of clause for giving everybody half the 7 evening. But things is being removed, is connection, problems embedded into the constitution. So what we need to do is to what? Change the whole entire thing. According to what I noticed, the law for liberty brought us here. It could not be the thing or seed or whatsoever thing. But what we need to do is to rewrite the whole thing. And then we'll find educators that will do good work, that Liberian people will have input. And then we can have a sanity of too much of corruption or a good adequate freedom for life in Nigeria. That's my view.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling.
All right.
Thank you.
My conclusion is
okay. Mr. Kana, go ahead.
Yeah.
Just
go ahead quickly.
That person be the last caller.
I was saying that my conclusion is
okay.
brain trusts as an answer to it.
Thank you. Mr. Kenneth, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Mona. Thank you so much. The rain is giving us hard time today, so we are not getting all of the calls.
Yeah, the weather.
The way we really want to get them. That is the weather. We don't blame or fault anybody for that. So before I, pin the number for the calls, we still want to remind our people we need your support. Since we announced today we haven't gotten even one person to actually support us, we encourage all of you to support SKTV. It's very, very important. But then to the conversation, I will pin the number. That's the number. You can call any of these numbers, 480-401-2081 or 480-862-0783. Any other number you can call in and participate if you're in the diaspora. I just want to point to a few areas that people have been looking at. Under the presidential power, in terms of appointments, Article 56 says all cabinet ministers, deputy and assistant cabinet ministers, ambassadors, minister and consuls, superintendent of counties, and other government officials, both military and civilian, appointed by the president, pursuant to this constitution, shall hold their office at pleasure of the president. We believe the position of superintendent is not supposed to be appointed by president. The superintendent is supposed to be voted by the people themselves, just the same way, we voted for the president. So that way, they can work just the same way the president is working at the will and pleasure of the people. So that the people there were there too, so that the superintendent can work for their people and work with the president. But the people of the country will benefit more directly if the superintendents are elected by them. But then, look at Liberia's recent government. Most city mayors are appointed by the president, if not all. It's supposed to be elected for. But because they're appointed by the president now, if any of the appointees are not, or is not qualified, or sometimes approved by the Senate, they will ask them to be acting. So another area that I'm concerned about, it says the president, the other officials should be elected by their people, all the chiefs, clan chief, paramount chief, the other chief should be, the constitution should be elected by their people. But then at the same time, say they can only be removed by the president for, for doing the wrong thing. What constitutes those wrong things? If the people are the one that elected them, people should be the one to remove them. Whether through impeachment by the lawmakers, but if the people should be elected, the president should not have power to dismiss somebody who is elected. What's the need of the election? Another area that a lot of people are also focusing on is the Article 61 of the Liberian Constitution that say the president shall be immune from any suit, actions, or proceedings, judicial or otherwise, and from arrest, detention, or other actions on account of any act done by him while president of the period, pursuant to any provision of this constitution or any other laws of the republic. The president shall not however, be immune from prosecution upon removal from office for commission of any criminal act done while president. So this other part 2 is kind of crazy. The president, when you're president, you can do anything you want to do. So long you're not impeached, you're fine. What is the possibility? What is the ratio? What is the possibility of somebody being impeached in Liberia? Do we really have lawmakers that even understand the law? How many of them can really read the Constitution with understanding? How many of them actually are lawyers? How many of them that really understand what, an impeachment is? What are some of the impeachable offenses? You ask many of them, they don't even know what's going on. So to say the president is immune from prosecution, arrest, or any other thing, as long as they do anything to do as president, they steal millions of dollars, they kill people, whatever they do, as long as they are not impeached, they're free to go. That's one of the areas too we should look at. There are a lot of other things, but let's open the line in the diaspora. Let's hear from our people. Here's the number right here. You can call in, tell us what you think, the provisions of the Constitution you want to see change, or you want a total overhaul, a total reform of our Constitution. Let us know. We are taking notes. We want to know what Liberian people are thinking, what they want to do, and their mindset about the Constitution. Then we will embark on the project that we all discuss here. We haven't had our first meeting simply because we want to get more opinions, so we can form our objectives based on the opinions expressed by the people, because we're going to be doing it on behalf of our people, not us, who are going to be actually leading the charge. But we are going to be doing it for the people. So that's why we continue to entertain more opinions, more suggestions as to what we should do and how we should go about it. So you have the chance now to let us know who you preferred, an amendment or a total reform of our Constitution. Call in, tell us what you think. But Mong, while we await calls, okay, we'll get the first caller here. VD Toure, how you doing?
Yes, sir.
You are live on SKTV.
My name is Fumba VD Toure. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio. You see, there are a lot of things that should be changed in Liberia. Even the name Liberia, it does not represent any culture of Liberia. The flag is borrowed from the United States. It's not specifically Texas. The national anthem should be changed.
What?
That's my position. I have taken that position since in the earlier 90s.
Wow.
The name Liberia.
Why? Why should Liberia change? If you don't mind, if you don't mind, why do you think Liberia should change?
Okay, what is the meaning of Liberia? I'm giving you that question. What is the meaning? In what of our vernacular? In what of our language in Liberia? What's the meaning? Now the Ivorians.
The meaning Liberia is one on our seal. Say the love of liberty brought us here. Is it Liberia mean liberty?
The love of liberty, I would say the love of liberty met us here.
Well,
okay.
Yeah, so in a nutshell, Liberia, in my own understanding, Liberia means liberty.
I mean, liberty in what language? In English? Are we English people?
So which language you want us to put Liberia in the country?
We can decide that. We can decide
yeah,
that.
But
national anthem.
You have, how many tribes we have in Liberia? Everybody want it to be in their own dialect. Because me, if you ask me now, I will say like being Maningo. You ask me, Melbourne will say like being France. So other people will say that. So
Burkina Faso was changed from Upper Border to Burkina Faso. The national anthem was changed, and they accepted it.
okay, all right, my brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I get a lot of argument. You just cut me off with.
No, because other calls coming in. Okay, but go ahead, make your points. Go ahead quickly.
Okay. I mean, the Constitution of Liberia. Yes, I agree with Monk. We need. I would say we need some changes. So there are some good things in the Constitution. There are some changes in the Constitution. Yeah, we need some changes. But Liberia, the foundation of Liberia was not solid. I thank you.
All right. So the person I'm calling back to back, we have two numbers there. If you call the other one, it's not going through, and you want your call to be answered, switch and call the other one. But somebody we call, and I'm not taking it. I don't want to cut the person off while they are talking. Yeah, so you can keep your calls coming in. You know, this is democracy. People have the right as to what they want to. Let me take this caller. 401 number, last 4 digit 8793. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Providence.
Emmanuel from Providence. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, SK. Thank you for the topic for the discussion this afternoon.
Sure.
You know, what getting us in Liberia is our mindset. It's not the Constitution.
Can you talk a little bit louder? For some reason, your voice kind of like choke.
Yeah, I said, the thing that getting we the Liberians in Liberia right now is our mindset. Even if we change the Constitution right now, once the minds is not changed, it will still be the same. So the only thing we have to do is to change our thinking, the way in which we behave towards each other. When we change it, things going to be smooth. And another thing, the rule that is in that house is called standing rule. In the House of Representatives that giving an authority to increase their own budget every year. That is the only rule I want to be changed. And we'll do amendment. We need to get rid of standing rules in that house. Because it is that rules that making our representative and the senator to get everything to their disposal. We have to get rid of it.
Thank you.
As for me, I support amendment, but we have to change our mind.
All right. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Yeah, so keep your calls coming in. So far, what do you think about, some of the things we've been hearing from the callers, both in Liberia and the diaspora? Maybe let me know if you get callers, if you got somebody to take call. If you got call there, let me know though. But we are taking calls in the diaspora if anybody wants to, call and participate. The lines are open. So one, if you can hear me. All right, I know that Monk is not available.
Yeah, so I don't know why maybe Monk is a little bit busy, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. We are move on. So what happened? What do you think about? Based on what we just heard from the people.
So I think the reactions from our people are interesting, and that tells you that our people, they won't change, but how to go about with the changes, that will matter, because sometimes those people who are oppressing our people, they always do these things sometimes to silence the voices. But again, I think I'm impressed, and I want to say thanks to them. But again, we got to be specific as to what we want, because mind you, the other caller from your side really admire it and allowed me to say we should change everything, including the flag and even the name and so on. Wow, that's what that.
You're saving the national anthem.
Yeah, and actually, I reason with him, but for now on, I feel we haven't yet reached to that.
If you knew what I meant right now, we continue.
Mr. Mr. Kane, the issue about the local government Act 2018, they talk about we will vote for paramount chief, clan chief, general town chief. In that same local government act, we were informed that the president will appoint superintendent and commissioner. So why is it the president will be appointing commissioner and superintendent? The superintendent, the commissioner, the paramount chief, the clan chief, we're supposed to vote for them. So we so that we can have power over them the same way with the legislature. One of them was telling me, say, Laura, you know what? The reason that thing, the impeachment bill, you go impeach your friend, your own district, the people rise up against you, your men to impeach you. Was saying someone having a late conversation. A former lawmaker and myself. They were telling me. So even if you read impeachment letter in the House of Representatives, they may not want Mula man. You gotta know what the move somebody do, another district to will wake up the people to will Mula. Complete at 6 years. Whether you like it or not, that lawmaker will be there to complete at 6 years. So that the country will find us. Mr. Kane, let it change the whole constitution. That thing, let it take it from there. That whole book, let it change it. The thing not working for her. That whole book not working. Let it change that whole thing from one other way. Let it take it from there. That thing not working. So president that constitution they will tell you say you own the software, but what all the grind not for you for government. So where you go pay or you go find oil there. It is oil not for you, oil for government.
Yeah, so Lawrence, not to cut you off, but before I go to that caller, let me say this. Under Article 56B, it says there shall be election of paramount, clan, and town chiefs by the register of voters in their respective localities to serve for a term of 6 years. They may be re-elected and may be removed only by the president for proof of misconduct. So my problem with that, if the people that were the ones that are going to elect somebody, the president can just go and remove the person because, you know, every elector, why is it that the president doesn't have power to remove senators and other lawmakers? Because they are elected by the people. So why would president have the power to remove an elected, an elected person? So that's one part of the constitution that I think that need to be looked at. Let's go to Abraham here from New Jersey. Abraham, are you there? Abraham?
Yes, how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing, my brother?
Not bad, great, man. Good afternoon and good evening to the guys in studio in Liberia. That would be the great Mona. She is doing pretty well in the southeastern region over there. And the part I like to hear from Mona is name it when you call it. You know, the way she says it so fast.
Yeah. She used to it, so she's good at it.
And she got a famous column over there, Belekato.
Belekato, what I got say? Retired captain, Belekato.
Retired captain,
Emmanuel F. Do, Belekato. I like him too. Yeah.
But you know, the topic under discussion is very interesting. But in the first place, one of the problems, I think I remember it was last week, a Sunday or so, when capability was on with you. By the time he wanted to call him, but he left. But here's the thing: the Constitution of Liberia, one of the major things that people are finding difficult or are not living up to is to test it. A lot of things in our Constitution have not been tested legally. Take for instance, like even we live in the diaspora, but there is a clause in our Constitution that states that if you hold a citizenship in another country, and you cannot contest to be president. But that challenge has never been put on any other contestant in our place. I know is a bogus thing, but it has not been checked because when you challenge something, then it gives you a better picture. How can it be revisited or amended? Those things have not been done. So until the laws are tested and challenged in court, and then denied by the Supreme Court or upheld by the Supreme Court, it's kind of difficult to then go and then holistically amend everything. So, and they have changed the whole law because amendment don't have a limit. You could amend almost about 60 or 70% of the current laws. It's permissible. So to think that you're going to scratch on the entire Constitution, you will be heading into a crisis, in fact. So it's a hard thing to do right now. That's one. I think people need to look at it. Because I want to get constitutional review committees. When they review those things, people put in those things and then they recommend for changes and make amendments. It's permissible. I think that would be the right way to go. And last is simple. I beg to differ with the issue about appointing superintendents. And here's my reason. Other countries, like even in the United States, we find ourselves, we got a federal form of government here. Whereas states are almost like independent of their state in so many ways. They do a lot of things. A president can never dismiss a governor here. It would never ever happen. But what's the rationale? You're gonna elect a superintendent and the president can't fire the superintendent. Now, for instance, in the state of New Jersey, there are a lot of things that can be done here at the level of the state of New Jersey that the federal government cannot infringe upon. But if you get Liberia is not a federal system. The entire country has one law that is governing the entire country. You understand? Like for instance, in New York, there are people that are not permanent residents or they are not citizens, but they are allowed to have driver licenses, even illegals. So they will not allow that. So I think, in my opinion, the issue about superintendents being elected, owing to the fact that we don't have a federal system, I don't think it would be a prudent thing to do. It would be much more chaotic. Because if you got a completely anti-superintendent of sitting government, that country is not going to benefit anything. It's going to be a chaos. Because why? If you elect, for instance, a lawmaker can sit there and just challenge the president. Look in the Capitol. So lawmaker challenge the president openly. And we're not going to do this. And he can't do anything about it. So I think that issue about elected superintendents, I think is something that I beg to differ with you.
So,
but again, I just
want to get your opinion on this one too. Wherein the chiefs, the town chief, clan chief, paramount chiefs are elected, but it can be removed by the president. You think we should change that, or that should be?
Yeah, that particular provision in terms of clan chief and paramount, because mind you, it's a sectoral part of the community. The segment of the community you're talking about, and they got a temple reference of a clan chief. Okay, but the president going to remove unilaterally remove an elected person. I don't think it's a.
And then they say for proof of misconduct. So what constitutes misconduct?
That's the point.
That means it remains within the eyes of the beholder, right? If the president say your behavior is misconduct, then he remove you, even though people elected you.
It's not fair, So if people are allowed to elect their president, right? If there are charges on a particular state elected clan chief, and then people display say, hey, your chief here is a corrupt guy, and he needs to be prosecuted. If found guilty, you guys can remove him off. I think that would be the best thing. But you deliberately just stick that out. I don't think it's a good thing, sir.
Thank you.
I know this is a huge topic, but we can't do it in the scope of 2 minutes. So
no. We can do it one day. We can even do it one day. Thank you so much. Yeah. So, Monk.
Yes, sir.
What say you?
Me, I heard from our people, and I think the vast majority of them are on board. The country is not working, and nothing is working. we are not short on laws in Liberia. We are just short on the implementation aspect of the law and the punishment that if you violate those laws. And for the fact that most of them cannot confront the present day reality, it makes everything. Second, when you build your house as an architect, when they get, why you think they got a blueprint? Why you think they got a foundation? If the foundation and the blueprint is messed up, the house will not come out right. Look, if you go back to Madam Sally previous administration, you would think that by creating all those underground institutions like bro will be better. The GAC, the LACC, the PPCC, and the decent work act, or the responsible, how they can call it, or the labor laws. They talk about something they call the Good Governance Act. You think that all the code of conduct, you think that all these laws will make us better? In fact, we keep getting worse. It's like you keep adding more laws on the books, but the country keep getting worse. So I started putting the act, I said, why is the SLM coming up with all these laws? Because they are not clear, they are vague, they are not, they are open-ended, and people take advantage of them. That's why for me, I say the amendment thing won't work. We just need a total overhaul of the Constitution, because if the Constitution is broken, then all the underground institutions or good governance institutions, they will not be able to work.
What is that? Who playing music?
Yeah, no, I don't want got a call. It's a ringtone. Sorry.
Yeah, ringtone. Yeah.
Yeah, they must. Yeah, I'll let that sound. I'm not saying I can change your ringtone.
We gotta ask them about ringtone.
Yeah, Circle. That's what the problem is, and until we can address the problem, and we won't be good. You know, when you read history, right? That's why I can tell people. I say every bad thing that happened to you in life, there is some good aspect to it. When you look at the colonialism and how the European countries came and colonized Africa, yeah, we were hate colonialism. It was a form of slavery, but these people came with rules and regulations. That is why almost every country in Africa got a system. The Portuguese came with a system. They got a template. They got a blueprint. I can tell you right now, Mr. Connor, let's go to Rwanda and put Rwanda on fire. I bet you in a few years they will be able to rebuild. The reason being because they have a system that works. So they can duplicate that system over and over and give you the same result. In the case with Liberia, we don't have those basic institutions. That is why to implement the U.S. Constitution in Liberia, because that's what I call it, you just photocopy someone else's constitution. You don't have the institution in place. You don't know why they came up with those laws. You photocopy it, you carry it to Liberia. Now for it to work, it's very, very hard to work, because the institution that you need to get those laws on the books working, they are not there. So at the end of the day, we are just running on the hamster wheel and not going anywhere. We're not making no progress. So for me, I will stick to my position for overall comprehensive reform of the Constitution. And so many other laws in Liberia need to be revisited as well, because it just getting to the place of no return, nothing happening in the country. And even the average, you know, when we talk about the politics here, people think we are picking side. That's why when I listen to somebody call us, I like all the things we talk about here will affect you. But for you guys to separate the politics versus what in favor of Liberia, that's what can give most of you guys hard time. You think it matter who sits in the executive mansion if you got a good constitution, if you got good lawmaker? Matter of fact, how are you even electing those lawmakers? The lawmaker have a problem. But look at how you vote. Yeah. Are you picking the best among them? No, you're voting on tribal land. You're voting on sectarian land. You're voting on religious land. You will never get the best leader or the leader that you deserve, because the way how you vote, it makes it absolutely impossible to get better leader. So you bring in these lawmakers, they'll be like, okay, the people themselves, they are corrupt. They don't even vote the right way. Matter of fact, somebody will even defend up from stealing from them. So what is the essence of you complaining about your lawmaker?
Yeah, you are 100% right, Monk. It's like in Liberia, we don't vote on issues. People don't say, okay, let's look at the platform of this political party or this leader.
Yeah.
See what is in it for our country, what's good for us. No. They will just look at you and say, Sekou, you will not be letting the country.
Yeah.
You will not be letting the country. Oh my devil.
They angry. The 1% people are angry. I say, okay, you will see who got 1% at the end of the day.
You will not be letting the country. You will not. Nobody can vote for you in the place. You spend 20 years, 2029, 2030, 2045. You will never vote for you. So that means they're voting with temper. They're voting with anger. They're not voting on issue. They're not voting based on anything for that matter.
So good. The people spend more
tribalism.
Yeah.
Contest solidarity.
Yeah.
Partisan line. Nobody care about issues.
Yeah.
Nobody care about the future. Nobody care about what really affect them. Even some of the people when I listen to them calling, I can feel for them. They can talk all the good things. But time for election.
Oh, yes.
they will now vote their conscience. They will just vote based on tribal line,
Yeah.
based on partisan line, but they don't even have time. They don't even have the courage
Yeah.
to read through other people's platforms to see what is in it for them, what is workable. And sometimes too, some of the leaders or some political parties and political actors, they will bring you any platform that will sound good in your ear. But you look at what the ones that are doable.
Yeah.
Not because what you're telling me, but is this something realistic? Can this be achieved? But majority of us, we don't even have the intellect in the first place.
You're going too far with the platform, my brother. Just talk about listening to the candidate on the campaign trail. You can tell who is inferior to the country and who's not inferior to the country. Yeah. When politicians lie, you can disseminate that they are lying. You can tell that the thing is not workable, and you said it right. What is the candidate saying? What here that will benefit me? But you got people that spend more time dancing in the country devil than even listening. I'm talking about to go to read a platform just to pay little attention to the people. Okay, you know what? What Teron Ganglo is talking about? What comments is talking about? What George is talking about? I'm talking about I'm not saying you should go read their platform or go on their website. Just listen to the candidate when you go to the political rally. But no, you wear the t-shirt, you dance like some country devil, your feet all dusty, you sweating, and you think that's all to it. At the end of the day, you see who it is.
Some of them they not even hearing what the person said. They gotta even beg them. They gotta beg them to listen. So other people hear. Yeah.
You go to a political rally, one thing the candidate say you need things with your t-shirt. Can you imagine that?
But I know supporting. Why? I don't know. And I'll party there. And I'll party there. But I know supporting and I'll
party Mendy.
But when I'm so much too much, it may be everybody here for a long time. I just get it, man. I never do it.
And then one thing they love when you go beg them, they're in their room. They come out here to the door.
Yeah.
They love it too. They love it.
Yeah,
the honorable is here. Oh no, Isa.
You're right.
The honorable is here. Oh yeah, Isa. He's sleeping, but he's sitting waiting.
So by the time the honorable go there now, the next person that will come now, with all the good blueprints, with all the things.
Oh no, you don't.
But you little, yeah, the other maybe can I already give my word. I already give my word because if you think it's only my mess today, I already give my word now. So I'm so sorry. No, they say, no problem. They will take it from the other guy too. They will not read any platform. They will not care about what.
Because once they go back, they'll be singing praises. Yeah. Even the person not working at all. Honorable, you working, chief. You working, how is it? You working, you do your job.
Yeah.
Only to get something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And when somebody asked them, they say, but the man are usual to me.
Yeah.
They make it all the way to my house.
Yeah.
And the man was going, it's what you want to get all of them papa. You just want to leave
you forget what now, yeah, it's only book.
And let me tell you, I like the way you
right. Yeah, they make burger and sardine for my children. Without this, they will not even know what we're going to eat. Then I remember Kali and go
that just people that we have or Sekou Bizona Monk and look, and at the end of the day, they shift the blames on the media institutions. Oh, hey, you put in there, you put when the media said this, instead of them going out there to investigate, to find out as to who this person, who this candidate, how can I vote for this candidate, what's going to happen if I vote for this candidate? They don't care. They care for, like you said, they care for tribes. Some of them, they move by tribe, they move by religions, they move by this, they move by that, and so forth. And let me be frank, like I see one of the comments here, they put talk about Liberia need more schools than religious building. Look, let me be frank. If even the religious people themselves, they're not even educating these people about voting. What they do, they put their own feelings and they put their own emotions into these things, and they allow the people to go out there and vote anyhow they want to. So it's very frustrating, and we have to educate these people before time. So like this kind of topic, I think we're going to take weeks or months If not, to always put it in the ears of our people. That's the only way that they will even see reason to even agree with what we're saying. But at least with some of them, they don't see any bad thing into what we're saying. Or maybe somebody comes to
you know, for me, for me, I really thank God for SKTV because the way I'm seeing Liberians proceeding with things, they really want change. Yes, because you can really sense the frustration in them because they suffer for too long. To tell you that there's coming election will be coming, you will see new things happening, new system. Yes, because the way they are proceeding with things, they really want to change things around. They really tired of suffering or begging or those politicians they go in the sun for and think they will need a hustle money. Can you imagine some of them? They when they say they come in the county of the district, the guy people going to wait for them on the road waiting for them in presence of them. Yeah. But SKTV they read something. Yeah, very happy for relationship because they really understanding. Yeah, they really understanding the bad things. Yes, that the way things going right now in Liberia. Liberians are really ready for change. Seriously.
You're 100% right, and that is because of some of the education being provided to the people to knowing, understanding their own right, understanding their own power they have. Yeah, people are listening and people are really, really following. Yeah, caller, what is your name and where are you calling from? We're about to go now. We just hit the 2-hour mark. We don't want to keep our radio people here perpetually. Caller, what is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Trevor. I'm calling from Seattle.
Go ahead. I mean, how your voice looking so?
I'm sorry over Liberia situation. I'm okay.
All right, go ahead.
Are you guys hearing me?
Yes, you're loud and clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, Sebu, my brother, from the initial stage when I started listening to SKTV, you were one of my worst enemies. But today I've come to realize, to see the vision that you have for this country. So gradually I begin to fall in love, with your vision that you have for Liberia. And I must tell you, I'm with you for this fight to the end. You see, yesterday, our problem came from this very United States. The war, it was masterminded from right here, from the United States. And when they went to Liberia, they said they were freedom fighters. After 34 years, when we look back, nothing changed. What you are doing, this SKTV, Seku TV, don't overlook it. This path that you are on, history will judge you. Seku, don't overlook it. I'm in this fight with you. I don't know about others. Whatever support that you need, my brother, I'm willing to give it. Today, I'm an Uber driver in the United States interacting with white people. But when you look back, it was because of certain people that carry on this fight. If you tell me, go through the American history, that today white men and black men can sit in the same car and interact and have conversation and life. It was because of Martin Luther King. Today, this conversation that is ongoing, don't overlook it. It's a revolution. It's a complete revolution. These are the things that carry us backward. The Constitution, the way the few handful of people treat our people, that what gets some of us in the street today. For more than 30 years, my brother, I'm with you. I will keep calling you in the back room for us to have conversation and share my own idea that I have to share with you. This is a show. It has time. There's a limit in calling. So I will keep calling you with time for us to have some conversation. Thank you. Don't give up on the fight. And don't just focus on politics. This should be one of the main focus. Every day we should have some topic about this thing. It is gaining momentum.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. I'm humble and we are greatly appreciative of your support and continuing to follow SKTV. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, brother.
All right, let's go to Mr. John Maulo before we leave. Mr. Maulo, are you there?
Yeah, how you doing, Sekou, and to the rest of
the crew.
We're doing great. Welcome.
Listen, my idea of this whole constitutional amendment or change and all of that, I think what Liberia has done is, putting the cart before the horse. You see, the whole idea of democracy was not meant for illiterate people. We cannot have an ignorant society like we are and expect democracy to work. It was that brought the wisdom of the older people that said we needed one-party state, where everybody will be part of one, so that nobody will feel outside. They will all be part of this one party until we get the required education needed. Yes, people can argue, it was just working, okay, with this and that. But has anything changed? Has anything changed? Our people are too ignorant to be voting. And it makes it, every time we do it, makes it even more dangerous for us. So I think what we should focus on is educating the people. Not only literal education, but even just with information. Let our people get the required information that they need every day. Because even right now, look how we vote. If you told them to vote for a superintendent, you think it will be different? One thing Tugman used to do, he used to send different people from different tribes to be superintendent in different counties. That was to bring the people together. That's why we hear about liberty in Lofa. You will hear about a white in Grand Jide. He was sending people from different cultures, different tribal groups to different counties. That way, when we write our constitution, you see, Liberia Constitution is like somebody in a class fighting for somebody until they write the person's name. Do you understand? The constitution that we took from America is good because it works for America. But you know what we should have done? Is over time, we should keep on fixing it that it works for us. So if you want a superintendent that are even appointed by the president, then let the Senate and House of Representatives make laws that we have a whole new commission for different tribes to monitor the superintendent of different counties. Nobody from that tribe should be there. Everybody that monitors the superintendent should be from a different county, and then you tax them. Tax them to develop the county. Let there be a competition. And we'll see things we see. But if we're just copying things and not tweaking it to fit our needs, we will always have the problem. You can tell our people to vote 1 million times, they will vote the same way because they're not informed. In fact, they don't understand that the voting issue concerns their personal lives. Concerns
Thank you.
what they eat, the water they drink, and all of that. So the first thing is to educate our people. I think that's the mission we should be on, to educate.
All right,
Inform
sir.
the people of what should be, and then we can move from there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mawulu. Appreciate it. So, my people, as the saying goes, every good thing must come to an end. We will be closing down the curtain right quick. We'll go to Mabon in Liberia. Then we'll go to Muna, then we go to Brazilian Monk, then we call it a day. Before we close quickly, one person donated to SKTV $25. I don't know the person want me to call your name. Let me make sure here. Yeah. The last name is Nya. This person said no name. I'm not going to call the first name. You've got a lot of people here with that name. So yeah, so thank you so much. This person said no name. We appreciate it. I don't like to call people name, but when you do something for us, we appreciate it. We had a lot of people here today, but only one person donated, so we must recognize that person and tell them thank you. So yes, Mabon, go ahead. Maybe are you there?
Yes, I'm there. So again, let me say thanks to all of our supporters. I listened to the caller from Sevalon who said that once upon a time he rather used to hate the platform, but now he's been one of the followers now of the platform. That's people. Some of us we are here for Liberia. We are not here for any.
You call from Seattle, Washington.
Okay. Okay, from Washington, right?
No, sorry,
Oh,
Seattle.
okay. Oh, Shallow. Okay, I didn't get that clip. Sorry. Okay, thank you for the correction. And that's
Yeah,
so
the
good.
person
So,
used to be. Let me just give you a little bit of history. The person used to be big,
I like that.
Jowial supporter, CDC, and the person thought, our stand against Jowial government was personal. It was about just the CDC or the government. We need to come find out that ours is not about a particular group of people. It's about country. We want to see the best for Liberia. He kind of realized that. So because of that, he's joined us in the fight, and hopefully, other people realize, this as well, and they will jump on board. So go ahead and make your comment, Mabel.
So again, I want to say thanks to him, and I know that there are a lot of them. Sometimes after the show, they text and they call some of us and say, "Oh, maybe we thought you were CPP, we thought you were CDC, we thought you were this, we thought you were that." So at the end of the day, all of these things happen, but at the end of the day, you don't even know that some of all are for Liberia. So again, thanks to everyone. Thanks to President Monk. Thanks to Mamuna. Mamuna, continue to do your best, and thanks to our supporters. Please continue to support the platform because the media depends on you for everything. Thanks to you, Chief Sekou, for always making sure that indeed we are on because of all of your zest and that energy today that keeps some of us, in fact, that give us the courage. I mean, be frank, we don't really want to say all of these things, but just because of you today, we're always here making sure that we come on the platform. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mabel. Thank you so much. Let's go to Mona. Mona, let's hear you.
Okay.
As you always tell people, we want to hear
Okay.
you.
Let me say thanks to thanks to our followers. We are here because you're here. And so keep supporting SKTV. We'll always be here to tell you the wrong and the good for the benefit of all of us. Thanks to President Wong, who always, taking you back, historian, Mr. Historian. And thanks to you, Mr. Kane, for the support. We always appreciate being here with you people to talk to our people in Liberia and outside Liberia. Until then,
Mona, hold on though. Before you go,
like we.
I've been hearing some things. I've been hearing some things from some of the folks in the hinterland, like say outside of Monrovia.
Yeah.
Some of the the last time one picking say over the grandmother said she called me. She called me. And then she said, "Is this SKTV?" I said, "Yeah." They call on the WhatsApp line. They said, we not got Facebook, we not got data, but we can listen to you on radio.
For sure.
He said, thank you, my friend. Then she started praying for me. I almost lost it here. So what is the mood like in Grand GDF? People who were not privileged to listening to SKTV, but now because of Top FM and other radio stations we have now, we are all over the country. What is the mood like? What are they saying? What are they telling you? How appreciative are they to you guys? Because I've been receiving a lot of calls. What are they telling you? Especially when you don't come on. If you don't come on, if you don't carry SKTV a day or
It can
two.
be too bad. It can be too bad. Too bad.
Yeah?
Too bad because the RFO show, won't come on like one day. No, it can be too bad. Especially when Lone Star Network go. Oh, it can be really, 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 really frustrating. Yes. Because they always listen to SKTV. Yeah. They always glued. As soon as time reaches, they put their radio on and they always glue the Top FM. Yeah.
Wow.
24/7. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's good to know. Actually, I didn't receive a lot of good feedback. Yeah. And again, our YouTube channel is growing. For some reason, most of the time now, say YouTube channel can beat the Facebook. in terms of live viewership now.
Because the interactive aspect, it look more personal when on the YouTube. People watch it on their TV, they love it as opposed to
Yeah,
watching
so now YouTube is growing. YouTube is beating our
the Facebook.
Facebook now for some reason. But anyway, Monk, yeah, take us home, brother.
Well, for me, I will keep saying it. I did my assessment before making this commitment on SKTV. I know that for the fact that we're on radio, that's the perfect opportunity that any meaningful Librarian will have asked for on this platform. This platform is the again SKTV, but it's bigger than SKTV. It's our platform. It's the only medium that we got to make an impact by informing and educating our people when it comes to making decisions. You know, I can remember before the election, you, Steve, and myself, we had some talking point. We said, you shouldn't vote on travel land, because the bad thing about voting on travel land is when a man becomes your leader, there is no reason for which he should give you the thing that you want in politics, that he should serve you. Because one thing one thing in life is we don't pick and choose which tribe we are born into.
No.
So if you're only going to vote for me because I'm a bastard man, why make you think when I become a lawmaker I'm going to help you out? Because you already gave me a reason not to even say work hard. Because I know I will forever remain a bastard man or a crewman on their die. So if you are voting for me just on that level, then it means you are shooting yourself in the legs. And the second thing we used to say, our people, tribal politics got a negative history in Liberia, because whenever something goes wrong, they start targeting people who are in power on the same tribal basis. So even though it will be tough in the short term, but vote for people on competence, go to their campaign rally, listen to them, ask them the tough question. Don't just go there for entertainment purposes, because the moment that ballot leaves your hand, that's the end of you. Whether they give you $20, no, you do the math now, $20 for 9 years. Who you think that business model? Who do you think is going to profit the most? Somebody gave you $20. Like what we saw in Riverside County of all places that were vivid for everybody to see. Somebody come and give you $20 for 9 years of your life, and you think that's a good business? No, you are killing yourself. You are killing your children's future. But that's why we are here. For me, I believe, Mr. Kanye, I will be sincere with you. I believe, I just get that conviction that before 2029, if with consistency, I'm not saying SKTV will be the one to decide election, but we'll have a meaningful impact in the outcome of the election in Liberia. That's one I can guarantee you. And that's why when I come on the show, I'll tell people, keep supporting the platform, keep supporting the platform. It's not about how much you give, it's about the consistency and sticking to the narrative that before we get to 2029, more people will be able to convert more people to the reality, and it will have some impact. I'm not saying it will change the election result, but it will be a major catalyst for changing Liberia 2029. That's why some of us will sign up to this program, and I will say every day.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you, Muna. Thank you, Mabel. Thank you, everybody. We will always be here. We'll always do our best to keep the platform going. You know, some people said they love these kinds of topic. But you know, if you look at yourself, you count yourself, how many of you actually love this kinds of topic? Majority of our people love gossip.
Yeah.
They love sensations. They love breaking news. They don't actually gravitate towards substantive conversation. That's why, like most of the other day, most of them, they want you to take part, to be a participant in their, partisan politics. You should take side. You should pressing from one party against the other. If you remain in the middle, you don't have people. People can only come temporarily and go. But they only pay loyalty to you if you are, or if they think you are a part of them, if you're taking their side. SKTV, we're not going to do that. We'll remain in the middle. We will call you out regardless of your political party. If you are a threat to Liberia, if you're not in the interest of Liberia, we'll call you out. If your actions and your behaviors are something that we embrace, that is good for Liberia, definitely we will talk about it. If it is the other way around, we'll definitely talk about it. It doesn't matter. Even if we have one person here watching us, we will do our best to keep our people informed, to speak truth to power, as long as we live. And that is the motive, that's the objective of SKTV. We want to see Liberia change. And like my brother Mon said a few minutes ago, Liberia will change. And we will go down in history as some of the people who actually participated, if not led the charge to changing Liberia. Liberia will be changed. You just need our collective effort and consistency in support. I want to say thank you to all of you. We'll be here again. We'll be here as long as we can, as much as we can, to keep our people informed. We'll see you tomorrow. You move through calling when I'm about to go. My sister, I don't want to ignore your call. Yomutu Kranga, you are live on SKTV. I'm about to leave right now. How are you? All right, she hang up the phone. Yeah, maybe she thought we already closed the show. So my people, we'll see you tomorrow. President Mong, Amen, thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Yep, that's it. We did it for the day.
Yeah. Yeah, good night.
All right.